It's time! Do I sound like Mariah Carey? Because it's Christmas time, baby, and we are on the Forever World, where it is Christmas time, and we are in the Christmas area, the designated area for Christmas shenanigans. I honestly just really love just visiting this place every now and then, even like not during wintertime, just because the vibes are so cool. Unfortunately, the snow here is not very cool, but if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. There's a creeper right behind me. Hopefully he doesn't bother us. He might bother us. Stay away, stupid! Oh, crap. Okay, we're gonna have to... Oh, there's another one. Hold on. If you're new to this channel, you'll find out I'm amazing at slaying freaking creepers. No, there's two more of you. I need gunpowder anyways. Die. Die! Good, we're fine. Anyways, we might actually go to bed real quick. This is getting a little nasty over here. I don't like lighting everything up because it makes everything look ugly. I like darkness, but unfortunately, monsters enjoy darkness too. As I was saying, if you're new to this channel, welcome, welcome. This is my forever world. This is Christmas land. We only build in here when it's December time, Christmas time, and of course, hello there, Ice Bear. Yes, he was a baby Ice Bear, I mean baby polar bear last year, and then I took him in my own, I just adopted him pretty much, and decided that he's mine, and then he's grown up to be a strong and mighty Ice Bear. Good for him. Every now and then he attacks me, which isn't very cool. But I got some plans today, guys. It's gonna be a fun episode. There's a little bit of a chore we gotta do, though. I have been thinking, for the past year, really, how am I gonna deal with the snow? This is awful right here. And it wouldn't be so awful if it didn't snow so often. And there is a bug in the game, I think, that sometimes, all of a sudden, everything will just get covered with snow all over again. Even if it doesn't start snowing, which is super annoying. It's killing my shovels. I'm running out of space for all of this, and it just takes so long to get rid of it all. So it's time for a proper permanent solution, and again, I've been thinking about this for a while. Now, of course, a good solution you would think would be lighting. But unfortunately, for lighting to work, you literally need something like this. That's right, a light source. Every couple of blocks, and I don't like that. I just mentioned I don't like having lighting everywhere. So it's time for a proper fix. I know this isn't the most Christmassy start, even though we you know, did the intro over there in Christmas Land. I know this isn't the most Christmas-oriented thing, but as you can see down there, everything is starting to not load in, you know, it's starting to become faded and you can't see it. That is perfect. We're gonna go all the way, maybe around here. This might be fine. I don't know what the height limit is. Let's go 280. 280, right here. We're gonna make an entire glass platform all the way up here so that when it snows, it doesn't accumulate down there and instead it accumulates up here. Look at that glass texture. What's going on there? That's weird. But anyways, it's super simple. We're gonna go around just like this, all the way across. I'm gonna go find a coordinate over there somewhere. And, yeah, this is all gonna happen off camera. I have a Hunger Games book that I'm trying to finish on Audible. I really need to finish it soon, because I want to get the Sunrise on the Reaping book done before the Sunrise on the Reaping movie comes out next year. I should have plenty of time, but you never know. It might catch me off guard. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in a bit. I'm gonna work on this humongous glass platform. I got it done, and how does it look? Yeah, you see it? The glass all the way up there? That's right, you can't see it at all. If you were worried about the glass looking ugly, it's literally not possible to see it. I believe even at the highest point over here, which would be, I don't know, right here, maybe this is the highest point, and I believe you can't, well, yeah, okay, you can kind of see the glass from right here. It takes a lot of glass to do this. A lot. I mean, right here is more than an entire shulker box of glass, believe it or not. So, I'm not gonna bother getting any more. I got the main bits. I believe I have, everything over here in the middle kind of covered, I hope. I don't know, we'll find out next time it snows. But I think that's gonna do for now. I'll probably slowly chip away at it as we go. But now it's time for some actual Christmassy builds, okay? It's time to work on our Christmas village. That's right, we're gonna make a village dedicated towards Christmas. And I believe we need some buildings right here. I'm kind of wanting to go for a bit more like the vibe of my house right here. Are you trying to attack me? You are! Why are you guys so mad at me? Is there a baby polar bear somewhere? I don't know. I want to go for a bit of a cottage vibe like that, and then maybe do some stuff with the terrain right here. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that, but I'd like to just make this feel very wintry, very fun, very festive. So I think there's a baby right there. That's why all the polar bears are all mad at me. Jeez, that's why Ice Bear's freaking out. His animal instinct's kicking in. But anyways, I think a nice little cottage, like right here, maybe in a bit of an L shape, would look pretty cool. And thanks to our many projects in the past where we've had to use spruce, I actually have an incredible amount of it, so we really don't need to worry about getting any more spruce. I think that's going to be what a lot of these builds are going to be made out of. Spruce and dark oak are kind of the better blocks for this wintry biome I found. If you look at my house right here, we're going with the darker blocks. Spruce, you know, deep slate, green terracotta. A lot of that is what we're using, and that just it's because it contrasts way better with all the white and snow and ice in the background. It just looks a lot better and kind of meshes in a bit more. But yeah, I think we're gonna go for just a basic little cottage shack looking thing. Oh my goodness, it is snowing, and you can see the difference that glass up there makes. Of course, you start to not really have weather in this spot, except for, you know, these turn all white for some reason, even though there's no snow falling on them. But you can see where the glass is, kind of, based on where there's not snow coming down. But look at this! Look at this mess I'm gonna have to clean up now. We're gonna need to put more glass, all of this that we're gonna go clean up, and it's so annoying. Right here's another edge, and then over here we're fine. But like now the tree is not gonna get any more encased in snow. That was another thing that I did not love, is how the tree would just get absolutely covered in snow. It was terrible. I have been cooking, that is right. I think I'm pretty happy with this. It wasn't exactly what I was planning. I kind of went with like a townhouse kind of design where it was a bit more square, and then I was all over the place with this one. I was kind of stuck for a little bit on what I was gonna really do. But yeah, here is the front facade, and I really like this. There's a few things I want to talk about here. First of all, this snow right here and up there is all placed by me. So even though we have that giant bit of glass all the way up there that is blocking out all the snow, I will still be placing snow in places where I want snow to be at for decoration. I'm not trying to make this winter wonderland, you know, just a wonderland. I'm gonna be still having snow all over the place, but in a bit of a more controlled fashion. Second thing I'd like to talk about, Christmas lights. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I saw that idea on Instagram, I think, and I kind of just made it my own. I used glazed terracotta instead because I think it just looks a little bit more interesting. So now we have Christmas lights on here. Next thing, I kind of wanted to make icicles with the glass. I'm not entirely sure if I love that. It doesn't look horrific. I'm just trying to think of how icicles kind of work here in Missouri where I live at. And it's not exactly how they work because I can't really put them everywhere. I was gonna put them all over this roof up here, but then it just looked weird and they were connecting and stuff. It just didn't look very good. I don't want it to be some cookie cutter house. I feel like having just some little bit of erosion or something like that just kind of looks a little interesting. It adds in just a little bit of, I don't know, something, you know? Because it'd be really easy to make a whole bunch of cookie cutter houses. They all look the same, you know. This one has a little bit of character, you know? It's almost like a birthmark on like a human, okay? you know, it adds character. It adds character. It may not look the best at times, but that's okay. That's kind of what I feel like that is right there. I don't know what the story of that is. I don't know. But yeah, this is going to be a super sick building right here. And I think we are going to make it a coffee place. Whatever you call those. Yeah, a coffee place. I don't know. But yeah, we got to do the rest of this build. And really the front part in deciding what everything is going to look like. That's overall the hardest part of doing this. Like getting the shape and everything. That's incredibly difficult. But now that we kind of understand what we're doing here, it's pretty easy going until the interior. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this up, finish the back and everything, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit so we can do the interior. And interiors are scary. We'll see how it goes. I have all the boring bits of the building done. The side, oh, hold on, that's embarrassing. Hold on. Oh no, oh, I missed the log. There we go. I have all of the boring bits done. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna decorate the back, okay? In Minecraft, you're lucky that someone even does the back, to be honest. But we are ready to do this interior, and I'm loving what this building is looking like. Oh my goodness, it looks so nice and quaint. It's perfect. Now it's time for the interior, and like I mentioned, I think we're gonna go for a bit of a coffee shop kind of vibe, so we gotta think about how we want to do this. And I think what we should do is maybe have them, the servers right here, in the open area over here. But first things first is we gotta make the actual floor. I think a nice mix of polished andesite and normal andesite will probably do the trick here. We're gonna do a little bit of texturing this. I think it will look pretty nice. Maybe something like that. Oh yeah, this is gonna look sweet. Now the next thing I usually like to think about is everything up here, because usually when you get done with the exterior of a build, because you don't want to waste resources, usually the inside of the roof area looks a little goofy. So I think we need to try to, you know, fix things in here. The way that I like to do this is to see which blocks we actually need and which ones we don't. For example, right here, okay, yeah, it looks like we do need this entire wall. That is all very much necessary. So I think I have done a good job, but now I want to kind of split things up. So I want to split up the wood and the sandstone here. So I'm going to actually fill this in right here and go right here, fill it all in. I want to have this feeling somewhat tall, not super cramped. And we're probably just going to forget about this top area. To be honest, we're not going to really bother with it. So usually doing the interior roof is one of my weaknesses, to be honest. But I think this right here actually doesn't look too bad, this mangrove wood. I actually really like it for these warmer builds. It's such a nice, you know, it doesn't stick out too terribly much. But like, it's interesting enough, you know, it's not too bland, but not too wild. I have an idea, Where is it? Okay, let's see what this looks like. Ooh, okay, This is, okay, I wanna say something. This is one of the things that is such a pain with shelves, unfortunately, is that doing corners is like, you can't. It just looks awkward. Oh, it's so unfortunate. If we did this. No. I feel like this would look interesting up here, though. I added in these mangrove trapdoors up here, by the way, to add in a bit of texture. I think this looks alright. Fortunately, it's at the top, so no one really notices. I think that's fine. It adds a little bit of interest up there. Oh boy, we have not seen this place in a while. Oh man. Unfortunately, we have to go all the way back here to my main storage to find what we're gonna put in that corner. Right in here. Unfortunately, I don't want to bring my entire storage all the way to Christmas Land, but I believe we might have something in here that would look pretty good. I was actually kind of forgetting that leaves change colors when they're in a wintry biome. So these right here, these mangrove leaves actually look really nice. And maybe not so wild, you know, maybe it's just a bit more... Maybe, okay, this is too much. I honestly think that looks pretty good, and I really like this mangrove propagule. I like how that looks. I like it. Now let's think. Let's see. We got all the ugly-ish bits on the walls done. We have the ceiling done. I don't think there's anything else that's horribly ugly. Now let's start the actual coffee shop stuff. Real quick though, before I show you the rest of this interior, did you know that if you have a silk touch shovel, you can obviously silk touch snow layers? But did you know that if you try to make a path on the snow, it will instead make snowballs? That's right, I literally just found this out. I was very, very surprised. Yeah, so your silk touch shovel can do both for you if you for some reason want snowballs. But anyways, let's go look at this interior as I went ahead and finished it. It was kind of hard to do anything crazy in here because there's not really coffee in Minecraft, and I didn't have tons of space. I didn't want to make it feel crowded, but here we are in a cozy Christmas coffee shop. I thought about putting some glow squid ink on this, but I don't know. I kind of like just the normal text like that. But here we are, and here it's a very, very simple interior. I wanted to keep it simple, and you know, I don't know, I don't have a ton of room. I don't want to make too many seats in here. I want it to feel very open and nice and relaxed. Here's where you get the coffee from. We got a bit of a fridge right here, and here's the coffee brewer, I guess, and here's the milk for the coffee. Again, there's no coffee in Minecraft. I'm not sure what coffee would look like, but here's the bell up for when the order's done. Bell. Okay, that took a while. I don't know why that stalled, but yeah, I think this looks pretty good. I think this build, I mean, it looks pretty good from far away. I mean, look at this. It really matches the Christmassy vibes. Look at that. I mean, from right here, it's not fantastic, but if you're like walking up to it and all this stupid snow, hold on. But if you're walking up to it, it feels very much like it fits in here. But there's so much more that we need to do here to really keep it going, keep the Christmas vibe going. I'm trying to think of things that we can do in certain areas, like this corner right here. I have so many snow layers and I don't know what to do with them. I have like 4 double chests full of these things. It's nuts. Oh my goodness. But I do want to kind of branch out a little bit away from this little area and think about other places. One of those thoughts is, how are we going to connect it to the rest of the world all the way out there? By the way, my ice ocean is very, very cursed from just drain generation. It looks cursed. But as you know, I like to try to connect everything together. The Halloween area is going to be connected, you know, this area is going to be connected by a path or like a road or something like that. So I'm trying to think a bit long term, how are we going to combine everything? Because as you can see, we're kind of in a bit of a valley right here, but everything else in the area is that way, all the way across this ice ocean. Now, of course, it's going to be a very, very long time until we actually make the path to go all the way back home. But I want to kind of think about the future, and I think I have an interesting idea. And this idea, it involves you guys right there. Yeah, you watching on the couch or the toilet or wherever you're watching me at. You don't have to tell me, but this involves you guys. I am going to stream, and of course, because of how videos come out and stuff, this stream that may be happening probably in November or very beginning of December, about a week or two before this video actually comes out. But I want to involve you guys in this world, alright? I want to make, or start, a bit of a candy cane forest right here. This whole terrain, everything beyond these ice spike things, all the way to the ice ocean over there, and probably from, I don't know, that little grove right there, and then those hills right there. I want to make a candy cane forest, but here's the twist where you guys come in. I'm going to stream on this world, and every person who makes a I don't know, who chats in the comments or whatever it's called, who makes a live stream chat, whatever, there's no money involved. Okay, I know some people would maybe do that, It's not a charity thing, although that would be an interesting idea if someday I got to be a bit bigger and I was able to properly do charity stuff. But no, this one would be just whoever chats in the live stream, they get their own candy cane. So who knows how many candy canes there could be. There could maybe just be 5 if it's a slow stream, or maybe there could be hundreds if tons of people pop in. But we will do this every year, so this candy cane forest will slowly grow. And it will probably just be small candy canes. I'm not going to do a mega candy cane like that one, but more so like that one right there would probably be the proper size. And I'd probably put their names on it like right here. I think that would be really cool and a nice little transition. And I think having a candy cane forest right here would look awesome. And then a path to home going straight through it would be super sick too. But of course, we're not going to be doing that in this video because it's going to be happening live. So maybe after a little bit, whenever I cut or do something else, it'll be here. I don't know yet. But I also want to think of other things. And that is, I want to think about what else I want to do with this area. I don't want it to just be houses. A movie that I'm honestly not a huge fan of because I think it looks weird, but my family has always watched at Christmas time is The Polar Express. That is right. A goofy, weird looking movie, but it has a lot of heart in it. You know, hot cocoa, you know, on the train and stuff. But I kind of almost associate Christmas with trains, which is kind of funny. So I have an idea. Okay, I have an idea. I want to make a train that cuts through here. I want there to be a tunnel right here, and then I want it to cut maybe some tracks all the way across. Of course, the train's not going to be blocking everything over here, but then I want the train to head this way. Of course, this is a long-term project. We're going to be working on this area every December in the Forever World. But I think today I want to get this train started. So yeah, let's first start by clearing out a nice little section of area. Let's get rid of tons of these ice spikes. It's going to really hurt to get rid of this tall one, but I think we're going to have to do that probably. I like these tall ones because I like to get on top of them and look around, but I think it's about time one of these has to go, and I think it might actually be that one right there. Maybe this one right here. I don't know yet. We may have to do some terraforming potentially. But yeah, let's get started clearing out some ice. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna try to record this. Okay, here we go. Hey, what's up, guys? My voice is kind of gone. Sorry. My voice. my voice is a little bit gone right now. But I really wanted to record this bit, and I would have maybe done a better job, maybe talked a bit more about the next thing I'm gonna do, but I would really like to get this video out next week, so I really need to at least record something right here. I've cleared out. I've cleared. I've cleared out. I've cleared out. I don't know why it does that. I lose it. I've cleared out all of this ice right here. It's all gone. All the ice spikes, they're all gone. Oh, except for that one. Hold on. I got it. I got it. But yeah, now we're gonna make train tracks. Alright? For the sake of my voice in this video, I'm gonna stop recording and just make the gosh darn train tracks. Hopefully next time I record, my voice will be back, and hopefully this video gets uploaded on time. Oh, we'll see what happens. My throat is dying right now. Oh boy, after a little bit of time to recover from being not really sick, but from having my voice being completely gone. It was really strange. My voice was just non-existent. But I've gotten a whole bunch of stuff done. But before I go show you that, let's do the Tower of the Awesome People. And we are running out of room here, guys. Here's episode 47, the last episode. This project just got bigger. Thank you for the comments. CLC Gaming, Reptonic, and Music89. Thank you so much for the comments. And as always, if you want in the Tower of the Awesome People, comment on this episode if you want. You can comment anything. I don't care. But let's head back to Christmas Land, because I got some stuff to show you guys. Now, while my voice was gone, I was able to get to work on this train track thing right here. Oh my goodness. I like it. I wasn't really too sure what to do, but I think this was the play. The cool thing about a forever world and having an iron farm that is always running is that I have plenty of iron, and I can actually build with anvils, and I think anvils are such a cool looking block. It is perfect for rails. Oh my goodness, I love this right here so much. And eventually, maybe next year, we will put an actual train on this sucker. That's right, I've never built a train before, so we're gonna see how that goes. Of course, it'll be next year, because this will probably be the only Christmas episode we do this year. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the candy canes. The path to the real world that I talked about earlier in this episode. Almost lost my voice again right there. I talked about it earlier this episode, and here it is. I had a live stream where everybody who chatted, they got their own candy cane. Unfortunately, that live stream was cut a little short due to my graphics card probably being a little old, and that is something that I will be fixing, guys. Just you wait. Remember last year in the beginning, actually remember the beginning of this year, my videos like changed and it was like, oh my goodness, I have a PC, I can do more cool stuff and higher quality, blah blah blah. Well, I have a feeling that is going to happen again the beginning of 2026. I'm gonna have slightly better equipment. I plan on having. I have a new job right now, which is paying me way more money than my last job. So I'm more keen to buy stuff that will help the channel. But yeah, unfortunately the stream got cut short, but we did have an awesome amount of people joining in. But I do think it would be cool, and I don't like doing this twice in a video because I know I've done the Tower of the Awesome People, but if you comment on this video, you know, and you're not one of these candy canes already, you can also get your own candy cane. If you comment on this video, you'll get your own candy cane, and you may also get into the Tower of the Awesome People. Of course, if you're already on these candy canes, you can get in the Tower of the Awesome People, obviously. But, yeah, if that makes sense, hopefully. But next year, I'm telling you, we're going to up the quality. We're going to get better. That's always the goal of this channel, is to get better. But I think these candy canes look really cool, and this path really does fit in. It feels like this Christmas land is starting to fit in a little bit better. Starting to, of course. We still gotta figure out how we're gonna connect this path to the train station over here. And we gotta connect the train station, well, forget connecting it, we gotta build it at some point and then connect it to the rest of the area over here. But that is gonna be next year's problem, because that's all we're doing for today, guys. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, look at this map that I've made. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I will say, I'm ready. I'm ready to get back to normal land. As you guys know, we've had 3 straight, seasonal episodes on this Forever World. I'm ready to get back to normal stuff. I'm ready to get back to the normal mega projects and actually finish them. I'm ready for it. It's been a lot of fun in this episode, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're new here and you've made it this far, you should subscribe. That'd be awesome. We're aiming for 400, baby. We're like 57 away. We'll get there eventually. We'll see. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful Christmas. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.